Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Random Video Thursday, and it's going to be another Beatles book review. I have a few more Beatles books left to review, and after that I'm going to move on to some other books. The book review today is The Beatles Forever. Read a little bit of this one, and it's a pretty interesting book. It's basically a timeline book of the Beatles. It's a picture book, as you can see. But not only is it a Beatles timeline book, but it also has some quotes from artists who were influenced by the Beatles. As well as some other great things. You can see in the back of the book, at the end of the book, right before the index, you can see the chart. You can see the chart positions for some of the most successful singles. For instance, "I Want to Hold Your Hand." U.S. chart position, number 1, Billboard Hot 100 charts, of course. And a lot of Beatles singles were number 1. A Hard Day's Night, number 1. I Feel Fine, number 1. 8 Days a Week, number 1. Ticket to Ride, Help, Yesterday, all number 1. Paperback Writer, number 1. So pretty much a lot of Beatles songs were number 1. And it's got some great quotes. On the back of the book here, we got a quote by Bob Dylan. "They were doing things nobody was doing. Their chords were outrageous, and their harmonies made it all valid." That's a quote by Bob Dylan. And let's see if we can find some other great quotes here. Here's a quote by John Lennon himself. "I met Paul, I said. I said, do you want to join me band? Do you want to join me band, you know?" That's how English people talk. They say me instead of my. "Then George joined, and then Ringo joined. We were just a band who made it very big, that's all." That's a quote by John Lennon himself. And I also found a quote by Paul McCartney himself. "We can't read music, sorry. We can play the Harry Lime Cha-Cha, which we've arranged ourselves." And another quote, it was all that work on various club stages in Germany that built up our beat." And that's true. The Beatles got their start playing in 2 countries, Hamburg, Germany, and their hometown of Liverpool, England. And that other quote that Paul said, "We can't read sheet music." Paul McCartney could not read sheet music, yet he was such a talented musician. Pretty amazing, huh? There's the early Beatles. Some of you might be wondering who that guy is right there. For those who don't know, that's Pete Best. He was the Beatles' first drummer. And eventually, Pete Best was fired in 1962 and replaced by this guy, Ringo Starr. Alright, now before we close out this review, I'll find one more Beatles quote. And here is a Beatles quote by Brian Epstein. "I was excited about their prospects, provided some things could be changed." Brian Epstein, he was the Beatles' manager. So, yep. The Beatles forever. Got a few more Beatles books left to review after this. And that's all. As always, thank you for watching. Please remember to like the video, share it with your friends, comment down below, and please subscribe. I'll see you next time.